Subscribe to Bisbo and press the bell icon. See boring news turn into enjoyable stories. The note was just 6 pages long, but the contents shook the foundations of a 75-year-old institution.
I hold Anand Giri responsible for my death. Prayagraj police should investigate so that my soul can rest in peace.
Speaking these lines was no ordinary person, but the country's most influential Hindu seer, 62-year-old Mahant Narendra Giri, head of the all-powerful Akhil Bharatiya Akhara Parishad ABAP, the umbrella body of 13 akharas that oversee all seers in northern India, and also the head priest of the Niranjani Akhara and Prayagraj's Bhagambari Math, having followers in crores. The accused Anand Giri was once Mahant Giri's closest disciple and heir apparent, but after falling out of favor, tried to blackmail his way back in. Over a telephone call with his guru barely 4 months before the suicide. The ground beneath your feet will sink when you see and hear the evidence I have on you. This is the same evidence which the suicide note calls fake. I received information that Anand Giri will morph my photograph with a woman and make it go viral. The Mahant supporters, however, pushed for the murder theory, as that would conveniently kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Bird 1, if it is murder, then his disciples Anand and the others are likely to be convicted. And bird 2, if it's murder, it can't be suicide. The contents of the note will be held fake and the Mahant's dignity automatically restored. The key basis to the murder theory was centered around variations of the Mahant's reluctance to write. However, that was quickly dispensed with by the UP police after finding a selfie video made by the Mahant saying the same things written in the note. The unconsumed poison tablets he ordered a week prior through his hide indicated that the Mahant had been planning his death for a while. In fact, September 13th is the date first written in the suicide note and then changed to September 20th. So why would a saint who teaches others how to live happily want to commit suicide? Was he hiding some kind of stress? The feeling of shame that he was going through is palpable in his line.
I thought I would clarify my position, but by the time the truth will come out, I fear disrepute.
With elections in UP approaching, the furor pressured the police to arrest all 3 accused and hand the case over to the CBI. The rare, fast-paced way of the CBI inquiry shows that bells rang in the power corridors of Delhi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi tweeted the very day of the incident, "Shri Narendra Giri ji played a big role in connecting many streams of Sant Samaj together. Om Shanti." The questioning of Anand Giri began almost instantaneously.
Why did you blackmail Mahanji? What was in the video?
I'm innocent! Innocent!
Why did you murder him?
No!
Co-accused Sandeep Tiwari admitted to tense relations between them.
Mahanji removed my father as head priest of Bade Hanuman Mandir and closed down the flower shop of my brother.
Though appointed by Narendra Giri, they moved their allegiance over to Anand, thinking it best to cast their lot with the newer generation. In total, 170 people were questioned, among whom were the local Laddu Mafia and a builder, each of whom owed the Mahant money in lakhs. 2 cooks of the Math who went missing for 2 days after the Mahant's death, and all recent contacts from his call data records. The CBI then matched Anand Giri's voice sample with the blackmailing phone call. After also investigating the Mahant's wills, diary, CCTV cameras of the Math, and a now deleted fake Twitter account made under his name, the CBI charge sheet zeroed in on suicide and criminal conspiracy as cause of death. Mahant Narendra Giri's journey of faith began after he took sannyas at the tender age of 22 at the feet of Mahant Divyanand Giri of the Niranjani Akhara. Born as Rajendra Singh in Prayagraj's Bibipur village in 1961, he changed his name after Diksha, his initiation as a priest. After his guru's passing, he headed the Akhara's Bhagambari Math, became the chief priest of the city's Bade Hanuman Mandir and president of the Akhara Parishad. Despite having such power, the Mahant's authority was being increasingly challenged by Anand Giri. Even though it was the senior Mahant who took the then 15-year-old Anand under his tutelage from a Haridwar ashram. and taught him, among other things, the art of oratory and storytelling, the key ingredients of a successful Mahant. Having the young Anand follow in his footsteps, literally, by making him second in command of the same mats and mandirs he had risen from, plus administrator of the Akhara. However, Anand was a millennial Mahant. He liked to live a flashy life and unabashedly posted it on his social media handles, allegedly becoming proficient in English so that he could have the opportunity to travel abroad and set up yoga camps. While supremely powerful in India because of his position, he was just an ordinary person in Australia, as he found out in 2019, when he was arrested by Sydney police on charges of molesting 2 female devotees during a prayer meet. An incident that in the eyes of the Mahant degraded all the principles he stood for, as he had passionately advocated against fraud godmen like Asaram Bapu and Ram Rahim, who had raped their devotees. As the disheartened Mahant started stripping him of his powers, Anand's position began to weaken. To increase his clout, Anand met with the likes of Yogi Adityanath, Venkaiah Naidu, and former army general turned politician VK Singh, posting his pictures on Facebook. The Mahant hit back by naming Balbir Giri as his successor and Pitadishwar head of Bagambari Math, and updating his 2011 will to remove Anand. A humiliated Anand began a malicious social media campaign as if drumming up support within the Sant Samaj. A viral video of the Mahant throwing cash at a disciple's wedding that he posted soon began getting a lot of attention, raising questions of how the austerity showing saint got so much money, or was he misusing the Akhara's funds? The Mahant's defense in the suicide note shows that these allegations affected him deeply. I have not given even 1 paisa to my family. I have put each and every donation in the temple and math. But the tussle over land and money lit a fire of bitter accusations between the Guru and Shishya, bringing back into the spotlight Narendra Giri's 2011 sale of 7 bighas, about 4 acres of the Math's land, for 40 crore, on which now stands a luxury residential complex. The tit for tat continued, with the Mahant cancelling a petrol pump that was planned in Noida on land given on lease to Anand, suggesting instead
A Gaushala or charitable hospital should be set up there.
Swami Om Bharti, Mahant of Noida's Brahmachari Kuti, revealed more information after the Mahant's death.
During the first lockdown, Anand tried to seize the kuti to build a petrol pump by misusing the Mahant's name.
The antagonism reached to such an extent that even when the Mahant got COVID in April, Anand didn't care to visit.
Did Anand come? Call?
On recovery, the peeved Mahant got Anand's under construction dream luxury ashram in Haridwar sealed, terming it as illegal. But Anand broke in by using his influence with the authorities and restarted construction. So the Mahant fired him from the administration of the Akhara, Math and Hanuman Mandir, using an unrelated excuse.
Anand has broken the rules by staying in touch with his family.
A disgruntled Anand wrote letters to the President, Prime Minister, Home Minister and CBI, levelling serious allegations of fraud against his guru. Worried that the war could get out of hand, police and politicians of all hues got together to broker a peace deal, surprising everyone with the contents of a video. I accept my mistakes and repent.
You are forgiven.
However, this was their last ever meeting, as Anand was put out in the cold and barred from participating in the events of the Math. Maths own a lot of land, and many sons who speak of Maya and renunciation have themselves fallen prey to temptation. The Bagambari Math is estimated to have 30 acres of land in Prayagraj and 25 acres in Shankargarh, while the Niranjani Akhara owns over 1,000 crore worth of lands across UP, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Gujarat and Rajasthan. Donated to Akharas for building temples, ashrams, schools and for farming, these unaccounted lands are now under the scanner after this incident. Mahant Narendra Giri is not the first sadhu to have died in strange circumstances. Land and money disputes have been the reason behind the death of many a saint. As many as 24 cases of murder and disappearance of saints in Haridwar have taken place in the last 2 decades. 2 years back, in November 2019, Bagambari Math secretary Ashish Giri committed suicide by shooting himself. Fed up with liver cirrhosis, the result of excessive drinking to alleviate depression, allegedly caused by the misuse of lands donated to the Math. In September 2017, Mahant Mohandas from Udasin Panchayati Bada Akhara boarded a train from Haridwar to Mumbai. He never reached his destination. The likely reason? A week earlier, he had helped Narendra Giri to come out with a list of fake gurus, angering many in the community. In April 2012, Sudhir Giri of Mahanirvani Akhara was shot and killed while on his way to his ashram near Haridwar. Why? Because allegedly he was opposing a land deal. Baba Ramdev's guru Shankar Dev disappeared mysteriously in July 2007 from Haridwar's Kankal. The case remains unsolved. In June 2001, Swami Vishnu Guru and 4 seers were allegedly killed in Haridwar. We could not find out why. These intrigues find an echo in journalist Dhirendra K. Jha's book, Ascetic Games, Sadhus, Akharas and the Making of the Hindu Vote. Sharing his first-hand experience, he writes, "The race to the top of a temple mahantship or powerful gaddi is marked with treachery, innumerable court cases, black money and murders. This time, the painfully shocked saints are calling for akharas to declare their assets publicly, or even for government or the Akhara Parishad to oversee any sale of land. But before any reform could take place, a faction of 7 akharas rebelled. Leading this camp is the prominent Nirmohi Akhara that was party to the legal case in the Ram Janmabhoomi matter. Complaining of being underrepresented in the Parishad and often neglected in elections, they elected their own leaders after having reached a stalemate in their 2010 challenge to the Parishad elections in the Allahabad High Court. While Mahant Narendra Giri was largely accepted by both factions, now the disputes will surface once again. The newly elected Niranjani Akhara and Akhara Parishad chief Mahant Ravindra Puri immediately waded into the upcoming UP elections. Those who are with Ram, we are with them. Supporting Yogi Adityanath, who himself being a former Mahant, can take a lesson or two from other states in controlling corruption within religious orders. He can see how Tamil Nadu recovered 1000 crore worth of temple land from encroachers, including 300 crore worth of Chennai land belonging to the Kanchipuram Ekambareswar temple, and putting out all these details in the public domain digitally. All the 5 southern states have laws to supervise administration of temples and endowments. Though India's richest shrine, Tirupati board, is appreciated for its efficiency in maintaining infrastructure and keeping foolproof records of donations, its autonomy has been marred by political influence. Unfortunately, Uttarakhand's efforts to manage the Char Dham shrines through a Devasthanam board caved in under priestly pressure. As far as other religions are concerned, there is the Sikh Gurdwara Act of 1925, for Muslims the Waqf Act of 1995. For Christians though, there is no such act for churches. Despite these laws, there are numerous instances of misappropriation. Therefore, it is important to have independent professional boards that legally keep account of wealth and lands while not interfering in religious matters. If this would have been in place, temple scandals might have lessened, saving the life of Mahant Narendra Giri. Bisbo's limerick. Did you all hear of the death of a saint? He took his own life, a murder it ain't. The enduring lure that confronts the pure, succumbing to it does a movement taint. You will also find these sources listed in the video description section.